Welcome back, truth seekers, to another thrilling episode of The Unseen Hand. Today, we're diving deep into a tangled web of geopolitics, economics, and high-stakes power plays. Get ready as we explore why the US dollar can't fail, the alliance between China and Russia, the upcoming launch of FedNow, the wealth gap, the future of crypto, and the potential consequences for everyday Americans. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. The US dollar, a seemingly invincible force that has dominated the global economy for decades. But what keeps it afloat? Could there be unseen forces at play, ensuring that the US dollar remains too important, too influential, and too deeply entrenched to fail? To understand this, we must first examine the unique role the US dollar plays in the global economy. As the world's primary reserve currency, it serves as a financial safety net and a means of international trade. This status provides the U.S. with enormous power and influence, allowing it to shape economic policies, manipulate global markets, and even impose sanctions on its adversaries. But with great power comes great responsibility, and some argue that the U.S. has used its currency dominance to pursue its own interests at the expense of others. Enter China and Russia, two global powers with a shared interest in challenging the U.S. dollar's supremacy. As their economic and political clout grows, so too does their desire to break free from the constraints imposed by the dollar-dominated system. These two nations have been forging a powerful alliance, cooperating on trade, investment, and even military matters. Some analysts believe that their ultimate goal is to create a new global financial order, one that is less dependent on the US dollar and more favorable to their own interests. One way they're doing this is by increasing their use of their own currencies in international transactions, gradually chipping away at the dollar's dominance. They're also investing heavily in gold and other assets, which can act as a hedge against the volatility of the US dollar. But is their plan working? And what could it mean for the future of the global economy? As if the geopolitical chess match wasn't intriguing enough, there's another player entering the game, the U.S. Federal Reserve. The Fed is preparing to launch FedNow, a new real-time payment and settlement service that aims to revolutionize the way money moves within the U.S. economy. Proponents of FedNow argue that it will provide faster, more secure, and more efficient payment services for businesses and consumers alike. But what if there's more to it than meets the eye? Could FedNow be part of a larger strategy to maintain the US dollar's dominance, even as rivals like China and Russia seek to undermine it? And what role will cryptocurrencies play in this high-stakes financial drama? The ever-widening wealth gap in the United States has become a hot-button issue, with many pointing to the concentration of financial power in the hands of a select few. As the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, tensions continue to rise. Enter cryptocurrencies, a new frontier in finance that has the potential to democratize access to wealth and disrupt the established financial order. As crypto gains traction, many are wondering whether it could be the key to addressing the wealth gap and leveling the playing field. But will cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin truly live up to their promise, or are they just another tool for the wealthy to consolidate their power and control? Some conspiracy theorists argue that the rise of cryptocurrencies is actually part of a larger plan to undermine the traditional financial system and pave the way for a new global order, one that is less dependent on the US dollar and more favorable to the interests of the world's elites. As the US dollar's dominance is challenged and new financial technologies emerge, who stands to benefit and who will be left behind? If the US dollar loses its status as the world's reserve currency, the consequences could be far-reaching and dramatic. For everyday Americans, a weaker dollar could mean higher prices for imported goods, increased inflation, and a potential decline in living standards. It could also lead to a loss of confidence in the U.S. economy, causing investors to seek safer havens for their money. On the other hand, those who have already amassed considerable wealth, whether in traditional assets or cryptocurrencies, may be well positioned to weather the storm and even profit from the shifting landscape. So, can the US dollar truly withstand the onslaught of geopolitical rivals, disruptive technologies, and growing wealth inequality? Only time will tell. What is clear is that we are living in a time of unprecedented change, with the potential for major upheavals in the global financial system. As always, it's essential for individuals to stay informed, question the official narrative, and make their own decisions about where to invest their time, energy, and resources. That's it for today's episode of The Unseen Hand. If you're hungry for more stories of conspiracy, deception, and the hidden forces that shape our world, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep seeking the truth and stay vigilant.